Every time you say that, Harry, they throw things. You need to stop. Oh no! Plummett's not alone here. Oh no, Plummet!
Desire here needs to watch out.
Oh, big nades. Big nades. There is some.
Hello, and it's opening day of the Season 4 Halo 5 Pro Series Championship, and this is the Cup number 1. I'm joined by Mr. Joe Sketch today. Joe, how the hell are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and to be back on board again for some more juicy Halo action, Richie. Yeah, I'm absolutely smashing it. How you been?
Not too bad at all. Can't wait to sink our teeth into, as you described, this juicy matchup. We've got In Control up against Interference. In Control, of course, will be our red-seeded team today. We've got Sanart, Jesus, Sticka, and Sparky up against. We've got Master, Fireboy, Bokka, and Icon. What way do you see this one going?
I'm thinking this will be In Control. We've seen them make it to that championship on Season 3. I think that this team is a team that's got a real potential to keep rising. I mean, some of the players, they're all quick place players as well. You've got Sparky, who's been around for quite a long time. You've got the H5 players coming in, like Jesus, Sticker, and Sanart. And I think that their whole team synergy, especially because they stuck together from Season 3 into this new Season 4, they're just going to be a bit too much for our blue team Interference.
It will be interesting to see how this team develops throughout the season and if they can increase their placements on last season's outings. We're going to take a look at the bracket and what way we're going to be running through the game types and that sort of thing. Oddball Echelon, not everybody's favorite game type, but it's there. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be discussing it come the end of the game. Slayer Truth is our game 2. CTF Collie will be game 3. And if required, we'll go to Strongholds Eden and then Slayer on the rig. Do you think this favors In Control or do you think Interference have a chance here?
I mean, I'm still going to push towards In Control. Oddball's always won, especially on Echelon, where it can go either way. It's all about, it's all just coming down to how the rotations are going on that one. Slayer Truth is just one we've seen for a very, very long time, and it suits those more drilled, those more experienced teams who just stuck together, like I said, with the In Control roster. I'm looking like a 3-0 for In Control, but if there's going to be games to take it, it probably is that Oddball. It's going to be the swinger in the first one, Richie.
3-0 is the challenge that old Sketch has dropped down for In Control here. And a team that will not be liking that prediction is going to be Interference. Icon, Master, Fireboy, and Bokka will be looking to upset you right here, right now, as we jump in towards Echelon Ball. Sketch, who do you want to start off with? Who do you want to look through the eyes of?
I'm going to go towards In Control, and I'm going to speak about Sparky. As I said, the veteran on this team. I'm going to look for him at the start of this game. Hopefully, with his team, try and control, push over towards the Rockets and the Camo as well. Get some map control early on, and we'll jump on board with him first of all.
So we'll jump on board with Sparky off the Ripperoonie, and we can get Spilly to find Sparky. We've got Spilly to find him. Here he is. We're on board with Sparky now, as he's around by the Pelican area trying to hunt down that camouflage player who's actually right beside him, and Bokka will be desperately trying to call out Sparky. The camouflage player has finally taken down Bokka, but not a bad start if you're In Control.
Yeah, absolutely. That camouflage player making some good plays, but it was good for Sparky to get that kill, get the trade on board for his team in his opening start of the game. And this opening start is all about just slowing that game down, getting your setups, trying to get the ball into that optimal position for your team. And as you've seen, the red team get 3 down, but it is going to be Jay on up at the top, get him that back whack and throwing the ball off the map.
On board now with Sanart. Recently lost his access to his Twitter account, so if you once followed his old account, I think Rush at the Kremlin has taken it off him. Be sure to go back, head on over there. I believe it's not Sanart is now his ad. Go back and follow him. He's always a good laugh over there on the Twitterverse, but he's trying to help his team to get the victory here. Not much time on the board now, as it looks as though Interference have picked up into their hands and started to rotate that ball, but just as I say that, Bokka has fallen. They're going to need to see the rest of the Interference lads drop around this ball carrier.
Yes, this is the first time we've seen a setup now from the blue team, and it's all just trying to get into position to help out Fireboy, who was taken down by his teammates there, but it's still just watching the blue team try and get back towards this oddball as they sort of pushed away. Fireboy trying to get that optimal position, but his teammate wasn't around him. None of his team were there, and the red team easily can just go and grab this ball, and they should be able to set up well enough here with 3 players up and all around that oddball carrier.
Dead bodies everywhere as a lot of the members of the lobby had fallen. Looks as though Stick is trying to get tricky with the ball. If he can try and clamber his way up somewhere, maybe there's a sneaky ledge up there. I've not seen it before, but I'm always learning. Every day is a school day. But Stick is now set up. We've seen this time and time again. He's set up to around this Pelican area. Camouflage is going to be up again soon. Sparky should have somewhat of a decent time on it as the ball just gets grenaded off there. That's a clutch grenade, and there is the Camouflage. Looks as though Jesus is going to pop it into his chest. Let's shoot over to him and see what he can do. Joe, talk me through it.
Yeah, Jesus grabbing that Camouflage ball, unfortunately fallen off a map. Don't know if that was a prime grenade or a lucky one. So for keeping for Jesus now, with players dead on his team, he's 1 of 2 up on the red team. He's going to try and get into a position where he's going to cut off the blue team from getting this oddball away. And he's linked up with his team here as they're pushing towards this bottom part of the map. The blue team sort of scrambling to get this oddball, and Jesus does pick up a nice double before getting traded out there, Richie.
Down goes Jesus. Down goes the Camouflage on board now with Mr. Adrian. He's got Icon Double XL. And there we go. Putting down. Speaking of Double XL, putting down them shots. Huge plays from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Icon's doing some nice shots there. It'd be nice to see where that ball has gone as well, as his blue team is still in control of it. So all Icon's doing here is just pushing it out, forcing the red team to push another way. But as I was saying, Matt, the blue team falls around him and almost from behind flanks, Icon's been taken down there.
Interference do have an early lead at the moment. Ball though in the hands of In Control. They're starting to score some points, putting some vital points on the board as bodies fall left, right and centre. Now Sanart and boys need to try and get themselves back into the game as they slowly start to tick over. No, they've just leveled the points and played the ball. That's a wise play from them. We won't see another Camouflage for another 30 seconds or so. The ball has been played and it looks as though shots are going down bottom middle. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, this game's been quite proper scrappy from the start as well. And I think that scrappiness has played into the favour of Icon and the boys on interference, as they're still in this game quite easily. No one's really been able to get a setup so far, Rich, in this game. Do you see anybody trying to push towards maybe the Pelican side as we see the red team here and try and set up over there?
What I've noticed is that when we do see a little change of control on the map, it looks as though In Control are actually able to rack up some more points, because if they had that early wobble and because of that they lost a bit of time, but they started to gain that time back and have actually taken the lead by almost 20 or so seconds there, 20 plus seconds and change. As we see a man fall off the map, it's going to be Jesus now. We're on board with Camouflage again. What can he do with it?
Yeah, I think he was standing still there just to try and hear the footsteps around him, but it's not worked out from at all. Bockers gave him the hands there. But on the other side of the map, his team have been able to get another setup, this time inside blue. Not optimal, but blue team have to force into these choke points as a red team. Samat's just going to dipsy-doodle around the map with his oddball, try and clear it off the map, but he doesn't. So blue team, with 2 dead on the red side, should be able to get some points now, shares on the board.
Bakken now looking to try and save that ball carrier, put down some shots and really stop any sort of push from In Control as they're set up towards this Pelican area. Icon gets the first pick, but Sticker gets a trade in the kill feed. But now that is 3 dead momentarily for In Control. But you can see Sanart answers back as well. So it's going to be 3 in favor of 2 as everybody else starts to spawn back up. Unfortunately for interference, they've got the Pelican spawns now and are set up around that ball carrier as he starts to rotate, but maybe just a little bit premature there as he's lost his life.
Yeah, maybe premature, but also his teammates just weren't watching his back during that rotation.
Oh, Fireboy!
Back. Whoa!
Talking about Fireboy, it's more like Waterboy. Into the drink he goes, he's sinking.
Yeah, he's sinking down, he's falling, and at a time where his team need him to stay up and stay afloat, he's tumbled off that map there. And now we're going to see the red team try and capitalise on Fireboy's mistake, but it is the blue team still with control.
A little bit of control. It's been kept scrappy though. 2 kills in favour of In Control. Can Bucket trade back? Yes, he can. He hits a fresh 5 onto Jesus and sends him to the death screen. And Icon and the boys looking to try and get towards this Pelican area. Looks as though Sticker puts those shots down and backs him into a corner, but wisely decides he doesn't need to keep him there. He's done enough damage He's going to try and re-engage at a later date, gets that plasma pistol into his hand. They're all set up here now, Joe, for that camouflage once again.
Yeah, all set up for camouflage, and the oddball conveniently there. It's probably going to reset, though, as no one's going to get touched onto that. But I'm still looking on Sticker to try and control this Pelican and get this camouflage. And with his teammates, Sanart getting a double around him, red team should be keyed up for this one, but it is now blue team taking control of Pelican.
Camouflage was burned in the meantime as Master, or Gion, he fell down. Could not get away with that camouflage, could not play his life, and unfortunately for him, he does fall, and now you see the points starting to rack up again for In Control, and they're starting to take just that control. Yeah,
it seems like every single time there's some points strung together from the blue team, they're all a bit sporadic, they're all a bit over the place when those points coming in, whereas red team, they're finding their groove in this game late on. They're just trying to get another setup here. They've had a setup in blue, they had a setup in Pelican, and now they're far off onto the pipes area side of the map. Red team do have multiple players around them, and they're getting the trades as well, so blue team is struggling to get towards them. There've been interference.
Sparky's getting that call out. They're starting to spawn inside. He looks as though he's going to rotate in towards that rocket area. Then must have got a call because he just decided the better of it. And he's putting some shots down to help his teammate. There is that flank now from Icon. Baka's down there as well. Sparky handles business. He has the ball. They only need 20 seconds left. That's all they need. And Sparky's going to try and squeeze every last drop of points he can from this. Two members of Interference fall. And it looks as though this could be the rest of the game unless there's a huge play from Interference.
Yeah, fantastic play from Sparky there. Just realising that he doesn't need to be the one who's taking these gunfights. Let his teammates rotate around him. And we see him just duck out, jump back up when the teammates get the slays. Maybe the blue team focusing on. And that's what's won him the game there. Jersey.
Map number 1, Joe. In Control. They take down Oddball Echelon. It goes in their favour. Is there anything that you really seen there that you want to talk about?
Wow, Sanart, 20 kills, 16 assists, definitely putting down the shots with 3,200 damage. The only player with more than 3,000 damage, Richie, on the whole of the server. And he got some oddball time as well, so great game from Sanart there.
Sanart can't aim is his gamer tag. Well, I don't know what he's shooting down then to be putting down that sort of damage, but there's confirmation. In Control do get that win. 150 points they've ticked it over, and we will be heading into now Slayer on Truth. Joe, with the way that first game went, what way do you see the second one go?
Well, as I was saying, Echelon is that sort of scrappy game. We did see that. And I was saying, if there's a way that Fireboy and the teams and the side of Interference are going to get a win on the board, they're going to have to try and play that scrappy side. But talking about that, Slay on Truth, it's been Midship, it's been Heretic, it has been in the rotations of all the Halo games for a long time. And it suits those more veteran setup players, those teams which have stayed together for a long time, like the In Control team. So I think it's going to go In Control again, Jersey.
I think if I'm Interference, this is the best chance to get yourself a map on the board. So I'd like to see Icon, Master, Fireboy, and Baka bounce back here. If they can take this map and maybe push us into a game 4, push this team into deep, murky waters and maybe see what they're made of, that'd be the best chance for them. But they need to take this Slayer here. You don't want to be going into a game 3 and it be in a potential clean sweep territory. So it's going to be Slayer Truth. It's going to be the usual suspects. Plasma Pistol top middle. You've got Attack Mag bottom middle. Camouflage over on that P side. Let's jump on board with Fireboy and let's see what he can do to help his team secure that camouflage.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's just trying a little sneaky spot above, almost trying to opt for burn of camo. So he does get the burn there. Back whack in the backs. Good kill for Sparky. But I guess a positive for the side of Interference. So they do burn that camo. It's not going to be on the map for In Control. But with 3 down, 4 now down for Interference, it's looking already shaky.
Interference need to call in some sort of UAV because they're getting jammed right now. 6 kills to 2. Make that 7 as we see a trade in the kill feed as Baka maybe gets that kill onto Jesus as well. So it's now a 4 kill difference, and maybe they're starting to get going now are In Control. 8 kills to 4. It looks like they're slowly starting to pull away after that impressive hot start. And Baka gets a kill onto Sticker, but I wouldn't count out Interference just yet, Joe.
Absolutely not, Richie. I mean, it's a good start from the side of In Control, but Interference is still, they played it well, they pushed their numbers, and they tried to get P Control in the game, and it's still kept it a 4-kill game. We're seeing Sparky here push in towards the bottom of the blue base.
Sparky in the bottom of the blue base. His teammates set up towards red as well, so they're a little bit split at the moment. As you can see, desperately trying to get across that card to put the shots in, and yes, he does. He gets that kill, does stick it, but he falls in the window. And here they go. They have a 2v1 situation. That player wisely decides to get out of dodge. He knew he was in big trouble there, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. We're jumping on board with Sanart here now as he seems to have all of the team, all of the interference team around him, and rightfully so, he is taken down here. As Icon's making his way towards P control, trying to get some control on the map. They are only 4 kills down here, Richie. They're trying to find the teams of In Control who are playing their lives around Car. Still Icon here. He's looking and try and maybe push in and help his teammate Bocker here, but he's rightfully controlling the top P street as he's getting pushed here, Richie.
They've been down by 4 kills for a long time now. They've kept themselves in touch and distance, and those 4 kills all came from the start of the game. We should see the second camouflage of the game pop up now. It looks as though Icon's leaving that for a teammate. It's going to be Fireboy, but he falls with it. He can't get the job done with it.
Well, again, a burn camo is one thing that we can take on the side of interference, but realistically, they had the setup there, Richie. They should have really kept that camo alive. Maybe a bit of a reckless pushback from Fireboy off stream. The Icon was doing the right things. He was pushing the spawners in red. And he had his teammate backing him up and almost saying to Fireboy, yeah, you can take this camo free of charge, but it wasn't the case. So camo's off the map. It's a 1-kill game now, Richie. Interference have pushed their way back in, as you said, and it's going to slow down most likely at this point.
Fireboy doing what he could with the camouflage. It's 2 camouflage we have seen burned, and both I believe Fireboy was responsible for. So although you're not able to put it to use, you make sure the other team can't use it against you. So it's a bit of a needs must sort of situation. If you can't use it, make sure the other team can't use it. And Icon isolated down bottom middle out towards that little bit of cover on the front base, but Sticker takes him down, spots him, and now in control, starting to take another little bit of a lead.
Yeah, but what the key thing for interference is they might have kept it close, but they've never had the lead so far. And you're almost looking at In Control to always have that slightly bit, pardon the pun, of being more in control in this map. But so far it has been, there's no been real setups so far for either team, as both teams try and vie for that P control and top map control. But it'll be a long time till next camo, and so far we've seen In Control sort of push the advantage without a camo in play.
8 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. We're heading into business territory now. You don't want to be giving away any easy deaths. You've kept it within touch and distance of your interference. You just need to try and push on, get those crucial kills. Maybe if you can get a lead change here, maybe you give yourself the confidence that you can push on and take this game, this Slayer on truth, as Icon gets a smack onto Stick It, looks towards Jesus in the window. Jesus wisely decides he's going to back down. Great job from him, but thrusts back out. But with the help of Fireboy, Jesus does fall. And now Camouflage again into Fireboy's chest. Can he get some good use out of it this time?
Yeah, let's jump on board with Fireboy. He's just now got his first camo of the game, burning the last 2. So he's controlled the camo all this time, but it's taken out. Oh, shocking play. I mean, I knew what he was trying to do. He's trying to get a backcrack on the red team, try and get the advantage. But then as soon as he reveals himself, what In Control do is they just turn all their eyes towards Fireboy, and he's just taken out again. 3 camos though, Richie, for Fireboy. So he's done well collecting them, but so far hasn't done well utilising them.
Yeah, he's timing them well, but just not able to get away or put them to any sort of use. And you have to say, that last camouflage, whether you like it or not, it was a misplay by him. He will be disappointed with that. And boy, oh boy, would he wish he could have it back again. But Bok is doing business down bottom base in combination with Icon. We see the rest of In Control set up towards that P and top middle area as that player drops off bottom middle to challenge Bok, and Bok decides he doesn't want to smoke today and will re-engage over towards this car side as he puts shots into the Russian international Sanart. And with the help of Icon, he gets taken down. Make that a double kill for Icon, but Fireboy falls as well. But we now have got a lead change, and interference is starting to heat up.
And what a time to heat up, and what a time for a lead change as well. As we're about to reach that 40 kill mark, Bokim had to reload. Will he get the kill? He will get the kill on Sanart, but traded out there. So one thing I'd say is these camos, all 3 have gone to interference. If they had managed to get those into control, get a good fluidity with the camo, I think the game would have been closed out already, Shirzy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you have to say that, but on the flip side, if in control, there's so many ins, it's interference, ins and outs. If In Control had gotten themselves a camouflage at any point, maybe they would have a much bigger lead or would have a much better advantage. But the way it stands at the moment, interference are up by 2 kills as we head in towards the latter stages of this game. All they need to do now is trade for your life, and take us to a game 4.
This game is heating up, and you're still seeing players soaring. Sparky trying to rush and take that P control, but it is not the right place to do in that situation. Jesus still now going to help his teammate Sticker here as they're just locked into base. Camo is up. This is a huge camo here on the map, as it's 47-45. Camo still in play here.
Camouflage still in play. Stick is in position. This is going to be In Control's very first camouflage grab if he can get it. But Fireboy is there looking to shut him down. He does just enough. It's 48 to 47. Camouflage still a factor on the map as shots go down over towards the P side. Jesus gets a kill onto Gion there, and Jesus also gets a double kill onto Icon. How important can that be? It's 49 to 49. We need just one more kill. And which way is it going to go? It's out towards its front base. Now that red player is all alone and isolated. It gets the kill. It's Fireboy who gets the kill, and it's 1-1 in the series.
What a cracking end to the game there. That camo being up for so long as well. And it didn't even really come into play right at the end. It seemed to be so many different 1v1s in that map, Jersey. So many individual plays came down to it right at the end. I thought Jesus had done it with that double kill right at the end of a depth. But it was Fireboy, the man who got the camos, the man who was making the plays to get those power-ups, even if he didn't use them, burning them for his team. He's topped his team. He's won in the game as well, Jersey.
Fireboy doing a fantastic job shutting down the camouflages at every point and every turn. We had that one misplay of the camouflage, but it mattered not as he made sure he got that all-important final kill and sent the boys down. Interference looking good. You called a 3-0 and they've already upset your little prediction there.
Well, it's always good to come out strong and just to show how good these teams are as well. For Interference upsetting my result as well, so it's not going to be a 3-0. But that means for Richie, it's going to be a better series. We're going to go to a game 4 at least.
We don't see many game 4s on Europa Halo. Quite often we're getting the sweep and brush out and we're just sweeping teams aside to grand finals. But we've got a game 4 this week, and it's going to be, when we need it, it's going to be strongholds on Eden. But we have got CTF Collie now, Joe. What way is it going to go with that game going down to the wire?
Yeah, it went down to the wire. Momentum is going to definitely be with Fireboy and his crew on Interference. But I'm still going to go. I'm going to stick with my guns, Jersey. I'm going to say that In Control, they've had a bit of blip on Truth. I feel they're going to come back. They're going to bounce back. They're going to be like, we're not losing this one. And they're going to win this next game on CTF Collie.
This game could swing the tie. It could swing the series, as you will take the lead. And no doubt any sort of confidence and momentum that you did have will be pushed away. If Interference can take this map here, I would fancy them to maybe get the series as well. Fireboy, the hero of the last game on Truth, gets a kill. Lovely little bit of clambering towards that pyramid area. Gets the no-scope to the body of Sticka as well. Does enough damage. It's 2 kills for him. But it's going to be a long capture the flag game here.
Absolutely smashing start from Fireboy. Starting that game as he finished off the last one. And for me, really, Interference have to get a flag cap early on. They have to get that first flag cap on the board, continue that momentum to get it going for them. But what you have to see from In Control is just slowly start to play it down again. You see the rockets on the side of Sparky's on that top right. Boca's got a sniper. Just try and get control. Try and slow down. The longer this game stays at 0-0 or even 1-0 to In Control, the less momentum Interference will have.
Sparky now has the pimple popper in his hand with 3 bullets to work with. What can he do? We know he can find the faces of any man on any map. This is the time to do it. Maybe get your team into the right position to take the game as he heads towards the blue base with the sniper rifle. I like this really aggressive play with the sniper rifle. He sees Buck out towards that elbow side, whiffs the first shot. He's going to try and find the no-scope, but Sparky can't get the job done, and Bucka shuts him down.
Yeah, unfortunate play in Sparky in the end. I mean, realistically, he was alone in the enemy opposition with the sniper rifle, with the boomstick, with the mage control weapon on this game. And he's just sort of given it away. Tried a little whip, no scope, didn't really work out. And now Blue Team Interference have the sniper rifle. I'm going to say he did play well, though. He held the Blue Team side of base when Red Team had their flag and the opposition base was being controlled. But now it's going to be even again. We still got the snipers not on map anymore. So it's all going to be fair play, just pistols, maybe DMRs right now, Richie.
We're going to see the next rocket launcher now in 10 seconds. We see these teams start to set up. Sanart, has he given that call to that player on the rocket side as that member of the enemy team was clambering behind him? Looks as though he was unaware of it, but Sanart hits a fresh 5. I tell you something, his name is Kandame, but I'm telling you now, I'm seeing the opposite.
Yeah, and he's been a stand-up player so far for In Control. We hit 19 kills in that last Slayer game. And he's really got to rally around the rest of his team. He's making some plays. Some big kills there coming out from the Red Team. There's now 2 down from Blue Team, 3 down for Interference now. So Red Team should really be pushing in here.
Sticker drops that rocket launcher. It's all out of ammunition as he heads towards this blue cave. Just seen that player out of his peripherals and he couldn't get the kill, but the flag is still on the move. How will that affect this flag run? As they're opting to bring it up towards the top rocket side to try and avoid any sort of nades thrown towards the trench areas. A 1v1 between Stickit over towards the cave side, trying to stop any sort of push. It's 1-0 in control.
Yeah, fantastic play. I mean, it was nice to see In Control run that rocket side, up the top rockets, avoiding those nades, and realistically you saw two players on the interference being lower down in the trenches, so they couldn't even get any shots before In Control were already at their elbow. So it was a nice play from In Control, getting that first flag cap on the board.
Gion with the sniper rifle now in his hand, looking to find some faces, looking to put some people to the death screen as he's got a player in his sights. It's going to be Sparky, but with the help of Bucket, he takes him down. They now know where that sniper rifle player is operating. You see the shots and the pressure coming now. John has to back down as he puts the shots down into Jesus and finds the face to him. Can he get the kill on the stick as he pops his shields? Teammate firing across the way. Icon has his help. It's just Sparky left alone in red base at the moment as the other teammates start to spawn up now for In Control, and they're playing defense. They're starting to turtle up. Interference looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, sexy gameplay from Gion there. Nice. Oh, what a
Jesus.
shot there. Double kill. What a no-scope. Gion is heating up this sniper rifle jersey.
Well, when he dies, put his money in the grave. He finds the face of that player over towards that snipe side. Incredible now as he still tries to play aggressive. Fires that last shot. Sticks that player on the outskirts as well. And Jesus, I tell you something, John's playing Hail Marys with you right now.
He is absolutely controlling this snipe side of the map with the sniper. I'm out of ammo. Going to throw a sticky grenade and get to Snicky. Still alive here. And he's trying to, all during this time, his teammates got to rally. They got to try and get a flag grab. As Giant's now pushing into base. Going to have one-on-one with Sanok. Gets the shots. Double kill. Just get cleaned down, but his teammate got momentum. Interference In Control here.
Finally, Giant gets taken down, but not without putting down some serious damage on the map. It's 1-1 after all that carnage that ensued. And the map is almost split 50-50 again as Gion is up off the respawn, starting to put damage down again. I'd like to stay on board with Gion for just a little while as he's playing incredible right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's finding himself in trenches in a one-on-one battle here with Jesus and gets the backpack again. He seems to be winning every single one-on-one that he's getting a part of. He has been called out from his team. Instead of trying to push back and defend his own base, he's like, well, I'm going to go and put an offensive towards the red team base. And now we've seen him grabbing another flag. So he was the one making plays to keep it or tie it up at 1-1, and now he's made the flag grab again for his team. Keeping that momentum going up, Jersey.
Great plays from him, and now Icon towards this red cave area, putting some shots down into Jesus. Puts him to the death screen. Great play from him, but he's going to find Sanart as well. Also with the help of Fireboy, they handle business there. There's a player down towards the trenches. It's two enemy players of In Control set up towards that blue rocket side, but Icon is not trying to deal with them as he's trying to help his teammate pull this flag out, but he gets he gets taken down. That's 3 dead. We could see a cap here.
Yeah, we could see a cap as Fireboy's the last one left and he's been taken out. So we see Sanok just watching the spawn as he knows they're going to spawn in this blue cave side. He's just controlling. He's being a guardian for his teammates up here. They're not going to be able to push at all. And it's 2-1 now to In Control. Brilliant plays as we get 3 down from the side and Sanok just controlling that snipe side so no one could push up there.
I think we find interference got a little bit greedy there with Icon trying to get that flag grab out, knowing there was 2 enemy members over towards his flag side, but opted to put trust in his teammates so they could handle business on that side, but they didn't, and then they didn't handle their business, and all this led to a cap. It's 2-1 now to In Control with only 5 minutes or so left. Fireboy with the sniper rifle finds the face of Jesus as he sets himself up towards this top snipe area, finds the body of Sticky as well, and can we see a counter cap now?
There's been some crisp shots this game, Jersey, and it seems like the sniper rifle has been the key thing. Missing 2, but getting the headshot in the end there, Fireboy. So good snipes there in the end, and it seems like these power weapons are the things which interference need to rally behind in order to get a flag cap, but it should be all tied in terms of flags back at each other's bases, but In Control still have the lead.
In Control with the lead at the moment in the series and in particular in the game. It's actually, I believe it's 1-1, not even in the series, just in the game. But the flag's on the move now. Sparky's starting to pull it as this player gets some shots down towards the fountain area, looking to try and pinch from behind now, and maybe just back swack any player trying to get out and get the return there as he gets the kill with that carbine, that long extended sight lines, and he does enough damage there. But can they get that flag back in, get it capped?
Yeah, it's almost there. but it is Jesus with a huge kill and Sanart as well. 2 great kills coming in, and that's going to be the 3-1 victory for In Control, Jersey. That's 2-1 for our series for them. It just seemed to all come together right at the end there.
Both teams guilty of making some great plays. Both teams guilty of making some bad plays. But in the end, it was In Control who came out on top on CTF Coliseum. Is there anything in the stats there, Joe, that you want to talk about?
I mean, across the board, I'm looking maybe at Sparky's 3 flag grabs, 2 of those turning into captures for the side of In Control. But realistically, across the board, nice assists from both teams, some good shots coming across from everybody. It just seemed like a scrappy, quite a heavily contested game. But the key thing I look at is those power weapons, Jersey. 7 for the side of Interference. Those are the things just keeping them alive. Jayon and Fireboy there, 4 and 3 each for the sniper rifles, most likely. And that's what kept them in the game. But apart from that, the pistols of In Control won them victory there.
Well, this is the thing, is that if you lose out on power weapon kills, as you said, 7-3, then it means you're way more consistent with your pistol shots as you manage to get the win in spite of having really any sort of power weapon control. But we're going to be heading into strongholds on Eden. I've seen enough life from Interference there that I can see this game going the distance. Yeah,
do you think it's going to go the distance, Jersey? Do you reckon it's going to go that game 5?
I'm willing it into existence. I'm thinking it's going to go the distance, and we're going to see Slayer on the rig for a game 5.
Well, there you go. You can't go against Jersey. We've already heard it there. It's going to get a game 5. I'm going to stick with In Control going to win this one. I think it's going to be a close one, but all of that objective prowess from In Control we've seen so far has garnered all the pistol skills they've got. They have the objective know-how to win this game, and it's not a Slayer. It's all going to be down to those rotations. Eden Stronghold is going to be a little bit less scrappy than our last 2 games, and I think that In Control are going to do it. It's going to be 3-1. We're not going to see that game 5, Jersey.
Joe just hates competitive Halo.
I do.
You've heard it here first. He's not willing game 5s into existence. He wouldn't wobble. He wouldn't waver from his first predictions. But we're going to head into strongholds. It's going to be who can control that overshield, who can get their hands onto that camouflage, that cloak of invisibility. It's going to be a tough one. The series has already been quite good, and it's been quite tasty. So I'm glad this is the one that we jumped into. But I'd like to jump on board with Fireboy off the rip if we can.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic one so far, Richie. We've seen some great snipes and great plays, 50-49, and we're now jumping aboard with Fireboy as he's trying to battle for that camo, and again, he gets a camo and gets it burnt again, so he's done really well at timing those camos, playing the camo each time he's played on these power-up maps, Jersey.
Name a more iconic duo than Fireboy and burning the camo, and I will wait. Jesus now gets the 5 onto Fireboy, sends him back to the death screen, sends him back to Mordor whence he came, and he looks as though he's going to head towards this blue bend there. He misses that melee, but did that nade tag anybody up? It seems as though he has that martyrdom perk. It looks as though his teammate now is going to try and provide some support in the window opposite, jump in and try and flank this team from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he threw a grenade, not a sticky. That last one's just going to bounce off the kneecaps of a blue team player. And it's still seen though, the starting control is going to be In Control. We're going to have the 2 flag base caps here, both being outside though. They're trying to look towards that catwalk, clear out these players in blue and get more control of the top of the map here, Jersey.
Down goes Sparky. 2 members of Interference take him down. He handled business though, it has to be said. If he's drawn the attentions of those 2 players to him, all the while his team keep on scoring. That's a great job out of Sparky, and a heads up play from him as Baka falls in red base. Now we're on board on towards this blue bend with Icon as he heads in now. As they've now got 2 caps in their favour and they're starting to score, Joe.
Yeah, nice clean shots from Icon and Jay on getting those 2 caps. We got Catwalk and the blue bend, and I like Icon's play there. He didn't just rush towards Catwalk. He said, oh, well, maybe they're going to push, maybe Red Team's going to push from outside. I'm going to stay here, blue bend, make sure no Red Team player's going to sneak behind us before I push up into the map. But he does get taken out there quite easily, and there's 2 down now from the side of Interference.
2 down for Interference. We're back on board with Fireboy, and you already know why. Camouflage is coming soon, so it's going to get burned very soon, because here he comes. He waddles his way over. No, he gets himself back whacked. And Fireboy, you've not done your job. We're not going to see the camouflage get burned today.
Yeah, that's true. Unless Fireboys can rapidly spawn towards it, we're going to see Jesus pick up that camouflage. But it's going to be a swap. Sanart with OS and Jesus with camouflage. And we jump on board with Sanart, trying to push and put pressure onto these blue bend players. He gets 1. He's going to get the 2. He's going to get the double kill. So nice plays, nice use that overshield, using his extra health to his advantage. He should be uncontested with his blue bend cap. And now we've seen the switch. as Bluebird's captured towards in control, but they trade it out for red space. But it's a nice clearance on Catwalk, keeping those two controls in favour of in control.
If you're interference, you're a little bit worried. And why? Well, both power-ups went in favor of in control. That just simply cannot happen, and you're not going to be able to keep yourself in the game. And that is why we're seeing such a score discrepancy right now, as they're up by nearly 30 points, all because of those two power-up grabs. We've seen one camouflage get burnt early days, but ever since then, in control, making it their job to get them and to secure them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's great play from them. Just knowing the timings, and they got that crucial kill on Fireboy and another one of his teammates as Camo is coming up. So just when you got the kills, when you got the numbers, as those parrots are coming up, it's just so vital. And you can see that it's just springboarded them towards getting the perfect setup they want, and as well just clocking the time. The longer that this blue team spend on the base, but we've just seen 3 taken down. I was about to say, as long as the blue team spend on their respawn, they're going to be raking these points into the red team. And it's a triple cap now, Jersey.
3 dead momentarily, 3 caps in favor of in control, and you need to stop this hemorrhaging of points, and you need to do it fast. You need to get the first pick when you respawn. John gets the kill, but Icon falls, and now it's going to be trades left, right, and center. What way has it all shaken out? Has Joyon been able to do the damage to get any sort of semblance of control back for his team? As Fireboy puts some shots down outside, and then you see that member fall towards that catwalk area. And it looks as though Fireboy had the rockets momentarily, but he does fall.
Yeah, and you often see that when a team gets a triple cap, they can just keep collapsing on these bases. They'll see where the tech is going to come in, and then they're just going to call out where it is and just face their guns towards there.
Hold the phone, Joe. We've got Fireboy. It's breaking news. It's Fireboy with a camouflage. He hasn't burnt it. Can he get the back whack onto this overshield player? Sticking nose, he's daring, bipping and bobbing. He's bobbing and weaving. Shadow boxing and sticking. And we still see Fireboy alive. It's no burn of the camouflage. I'm only interested in Fireboy now and the camouflage.
Oh, the iconic duo, Fireboy the camouflage against the overshield. And to be fair, Fireboy played it so well, getting the catwalk, but all around the map, his teammates are falling, and it's still in control for in control.
In control, in control, in control.
In control.
2 caps still in favor, and just interference of not being able to get their foot in the door and just really push any sort of control in the map. And because of that, they've lost this series. They won the Slayer. They did push us to a game 4, but unfortunately, Joe, your predictions come true.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be the party people. I hate to be the negative, but yeah, I do. I love it. I love it. I stuck to my guns, and it's not a 3-0, a 3-1 in control there. And if someone can get a count of the amount of times I said control in that game, we're probably looking at about 15 to 20 times just for my own counting. But it's going to be the 3-1. They're going to take the objective game, Jersey. And, I mean, the stats are all going aside in control of that game.
What we're going to do is we're going to start a drinking game for any time Joe says in control. And we're not going to count what I say in control, because I'm just saying it because Joe is saying it. It's like it's infectious. It's like if someone yawns. If someone yawns and you yawn, it's just the way it is. So he's saying in control, then I'm saying in control, and then he's saying they're in control, and I'm saying no, they're in control. It's all over the place. Left, right, center.
Exactly. And also, you know, it's when I get excited, I just keep barreling off the control. And before you know it, we're probably about, if you have been drinking along with that, then you're going to be absolutely weighed by the time in control go through to this next one, are we, Jersey?
Yeah, they're going to be absolutely rubber, cross-eyed by the time we get the grand finals. But the team that we're in control on strongholds, Sanarts, Jesus, Sticka, and Sparky, they punched their ticket. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the competition for interference. They gave a great showing for themselves, but didn't have enough in the tank when it mattered most on that strongholds game. They were really outclassed, it must be said. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. We're going to get our next game all lined up. We'll see you very shortly.